If this video gets 10,000 thumbs ups, we will give away a pair of these right here.
This is your boy Adidas from San Fernando, California, and you're about to watch the Almost Daily Vlog. Anything else would be uncivilized.
Nice shirt, man.
Thank you, sir.
If you enjoy this video or find it helpful, hit that thumbs up button. It really does go a long, long way. And don't forget to subscribe. We do a brand new video almost every single day. That's why it's called the Almost Daily Vlog, and you don't want to miss anything. Now, with that said, Boost is life. This is a pair of sneakers. I am as excited about this pair of sneakers as any other pair of sneakers I've all year.
Okay.
You know that I'm not telling a fib. This is facts only. This is facts machine.
Okay.
Okay? This is factoid. This is factoid. This is fact in the beanstalk. This is fact for Jack Black. As a lot of you know, Buckets and I are both basketball players. We both play basketball a lot, even more and more now as we're gearing up and getting ready to travel and play basketball professionally. So the sneakers that we hoop in are instrumental, vital.
Muy importante.
Muy importante, like Bucket says. And most of you know that the Crazy Explosive was, to me, the best basketball sneaker ever invented. For me, because of the impact protection, it was the perfect shoe for me. You know, Buckets doesn't care as much about impact protection, so, you know, the PG1 and the Braun, or, you know, it's kind of the KD. It's kind of not all the same to you. You notice differences, but the impact protection is not as big of a factor for you as it is for me.
It's not an emphasis for me.
Right. It's good to have it, but it's not. There's other factors there too. Now, there are other factors. Listen. I'm getting carried away. Let's break these out. For those of you who are interested, this shoe releases July 27th and retail is $150. So we were fortunate enough to get them a little bit early. And very, very excited about it. Here, let's break them out because bang, bang. This is the Adidas Crazy Explosive 2017. Yes, these are dope.
Very fire.
These are really dope. I know you can't tell necessarily by looking at a sneaker, but these look improved. Number one, right off the bat, they're lighter than the predecessor.
Yep.
They're much lighter than the original Crazy Explosive by a lot, and they feel a lot sleeker.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
These are dope. This is like, so the upper is like this forged prime knit. It's kind of like prime knit, but has a little more shape to it, is how I would explain it. And I dig that, especially for a basketball sneaker. You want to have that shape. Obviously, just starting with the most important feature part of the sneaker is boost.
Yeah.
Of course, there's boost. It looks like about the same amount of boost. And obviously it's caged in on one side to give you that structure and that support. And then it's open here and you can just see that boost in all its glory. There's like a plate underneath for kind of more support. You know, one of the things about boost is, and all boost is not created equal.
Yep.
You know, a thin layer of boost, a thick layer of boost, we've talked about that a lot, but when Adidas first implemented boost into basketball sneakers, my biggest complaint was, and you know this, is that it was too spongy.
A little too squishy.
I think they nailed it with the Crazy Explosive. It's not too spongy, but it gives you that impact protection to say, even if you don't have knee problems, even if you don't have ankle problems, even if your joints are fine, if you plan on playing basketball for a long time, you need to preserve your joints. Trust me, you need to preserve your joints. So anytime, even somebody like Buckets, who doesn't care as much about impact protection, it's going to suit him to have a sneaker that does have impact protection because it's going to be just less wear and tear on his body. That's just the nature of the beast. So impact protection and cushioning is vital in a basketball sneaker. There's not a ton to say about the shoe.
One thing that I see.
It's a one-piece upper, but go ahead.
Obviously, you have this thing, but I don't know if I'll show a zoom in, but it's double eyelets.
Right.
Per one eyelet.
Right.
To avoid the situation that you just had.
Yeah.
And that I've heard some people have. Also, there's more.
Right.
There's 5 here.
Bam.
Right away.
Exactly. So Buckets brings up an awesome point, and that is one of our gripes, if we had one, with the original Crazy Explosive, is that there wasn't enough eyelets. There weren't enough lace loops, and it didn't allow you to really lock in. You did, but it kind of felt like something was missing there.
Yeah.
And with the player edition Crazy Explosives that Andrew Wiggins had and that the NBA guys had, they had those extra lace loops. And the retail pairs didn't. And I do think that that was a flaw, that was a con if you're looking at the pros and cons.
Yeah.
What Buckets also mentioned is, and for those of you who watch our videos regularly, you may have caught the video where I said one of the eyelets, one of the lace loops in my Crazy Explosive Low ripped. And now there's 2 lace loops. So it just gives it a sturdier, more secure kind of a setup. And I think that that's really, really dope. Then just to address the ankle, and that's really the last thing to address, it's basically, you can kind of see where the cushioning is around the ankle. And then this is kind of like a sock that's just going to mold to your foot.
Yeah. And make it an extension.
And I like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's what they tried to do with the Kobe 9.
Yep.
But
that was the first of its kind, though.
Right. I don't think it quite blended to the leg. Like it was a little, just ever so slightly a little bit bulky.
Yeah.
Around the ankle. This is very sleek, and I think is just going to kind of morph right into the leg. And when the sneaker is just an extension of your leg, you're in really, really, really good shape.
Yeah.
So I expect these, again, this is just a performance overview where we just discuss some of the tech and give you our initial thoughts on the sneaker. I'm going to be playing in these a ton. If everything goes as planned, I think this is going to be the sneaker that I'm traveling to these different countries in and playing ball in, because I'm that excited about these and I expect that much out of them. I think it's going to be my favorite basketball sneaker. The first Crazy Explosive was what I was hooping in. Then when the low came out, I was hooping in the low, and now I expect it to be these. So unless some unforeseen problem arises with them, which I really just don't think is going to happen, then this is going to be the sneaker for me. And at $150, it should be the sneaker for a lot of basketball players.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great balance of big guys being able to wear them and guards being able to wear them.
Yep.
Whereas some other shoes, not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Not so much.
So, and then the last thing is the outsole. I guess I never really, in these type of videos, we never really talk about the traction too much because it's the one area you can predict tech quite a bit at this point. Once you've hooped in Boost and you've hooped in, full length Zoom Air, and you know what prime knit is, and you know what synthetic materials feel like, you can predict a lot. But traction is the one thing that you really, really have to test out on different surfaces and all of that stuff to know what it's going to perform like. So I expect the traction will be fine. It was fine for me in the other Crazy Explosives, but and it seems like the same exact setup.
It looks like the exact same setup.
Right,
kind of.
As far as the traction pattern goes.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's the thing underneath. But I will say, because a lot of people asked about the previous models, these do not hold up very well outside. I know that breaks a lot of people's hearts. This will wear down really, really quickly.
Also, prime knit is not an optimal material for outdoors.
Correct.
Anyway.
You need something much sturdier, synthetic preferably.
Yeah.
The prime knit, a lot of people, as you're making your moves to the basket, you might drag your toe or drag your... This is going to get tore up. People stepping on it. Not to mention this colorway would get filthy outside.
Yeah.
So not the best option outside. But with that aside, I think these are going to be really, really good. You even see here they have a little plate here on the outside. I think they're really, really trying to nail it down and really lock it in as far as the cushiony free feeling and the really supportive.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that they're going to nail it.
Yeah, well, what I like and what I've talked to you so many times about before is I don't like when one model is really good, then the next year it's totally different. I'm not saying that it's not really good, but this just looks like an evolution of the first Crazy Explosive, and I'm a huge fan of that.
Right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sure, tweak it a little bit, make some improvements, but don't completely try to reinvent the wheel every model, because you can't really get into the rhythm with that particular model and that particular sneaker. So definitely agree with you there. And so that's pretty much it. Don't want to talk your heads off, but did want to give you a look at the sneaker, did want to discuss the tech a little bit, and give you our initial thoughts as well. So there it is. Obviously, in a lot of our videos, it has much more of a vlog style, but with the performance stuff, we like to keep it a little bit more contained, a little bit more just about the sneaker and about the tech, because it's a lot more important than just doing a regular sneaker review where you're talking about colors and whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we really want to give you guys good advice and helpful information, because a lot of people get one pair of basketball sneakers and they want to make the right choice.
Yeah.
So we definitely don't take the position that we're in lightly as far as giving you the advice that we give you. And that's how come we don't do a performance test or a performance review right away. We don't do those sometimes for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, because we really want to put the hours into them before we give the final verdict. Exactly. So that's it. That's all I have for right now. Do you have anything to add?
Nope.
That is it. We will be right back here tomorrow. Buckets, foamy, we're out of here.